What's up, everybody? Trad West Podcast back with another video. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about, the Shannon Sharpe sexual assault allegations stuff. And you might say, oh, well, why are you talking about this? I'm a sports fan as well, football fan. And the only reason I really care about this is just because so many of these phonies who get on TV and act like they're so righteous, they're so good, lecturing all of us on how to act, bashing Trump, bashing Aaron Rodgers after he denied the COVID vaccine, just doing what the powers that be told them to, and it's just karma. Karma comes around. So, I'm going to pull up the story. So Shannon Sharpe, ex Denver Broncos tight end, that's where he became super famous or is well known for. But now he's in the sports media. He was at FS1, Freak Sports One, Fox Sports One, but Freak Sports One because there's a lot of freaky shit going on there. I think I did a video about Joy Taylor because her talking about how much she had to go through as a woman of color, and turns out she was just fucking dudes to get where she was. And Shannon used to be, she actually used to be the woman on Undisputed that kind of led the show between Shannon and Skip Bayless. So Skip Bayless has a bunch of lawsuits for a bunch of money from inappropriate behavior. Shannon Sharpe is now getting them. And a lot of people that have worked there in the past said Shannon, yep, he runs through them. And then Joy Taylor, who was on FS1 as well, she had a bunch of allegations that she was just banging dudes to get where she was. So, this is the only reason I like to cover it, because it's just these people that act like they're holier than thou, and they're doing the shadiest shit in private. So, let me pull up this one story. Basically, also like a lesson learned, I shit on OnlyFans models and stuff like that on this channel. And the chick that's accusing him of this shit, he's like 56 years old, um, saying he sexually assaulted, raped, trying to be YouTube friendly here. Her, um, she's like 20 to 22 years old. We'll see if it says in this story here. But he's like 56, and she's an OnlyFans model. What do you expect? Don't This is what you get and what you deserve if you're screwing with women that are in the prostitute industry, the sex work industry, to say it nicer. Yeah. Don't bang prostitutes. I don't know what to tell you. Modern day prostitutes are exactly what OnlyFans girls are. So, he's stepping aside from ESPN. He's on ESPN now. Like I said, he was on Fox Sports 1. But yeah, football great Shannon Sharpe said Thursday that he will step aside temporarily from his duties at ESPN in the wake of the $50 million lawsuit accusing him of rape. So, it might go to saying that, but I already know a bit of the story. She's trying to get 50 mil from him. I don't know how much he's worth. He does have like a YouTube channel as well that's doing pretty good that he does with Chad Ochocinco. But he offered this chick 10 million. Again, I don't know if it's going to say it in the story, so I'm just going to come out and say it because I know some of the background of the story. He offered her $10 million to drop it. So if he's offering her 10 mil, he must be worth a lot, because that's a lot of fucking money to me. Especially if I didn't do anything. I don't care about the negative publicity. If I didn't do it, you're not getting 10 million from me. No way. So that makes him look suspicious offering $10 million, but her trying to get 50 sounds also insane. So I'm kind of torn between this, because it's like, hey, karma, you get what you deserve. Because let me tell you, I used to actually like Shannon. He used to give decent takes, and then when COVID happened, so all these people used to love Aaron Rodgers. And I'm a Packers fan, I'm a Rodgers fan. They used to love him, praise him. The second COVID happened and he didn't get vaccinated and he kind of spoke out against it, they all turned on him. Shannon went from praising him to basically saying he ain't shit. He's only got one Super Bowl. He should have had way more. Da 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 da. Just always throwing shade at him ever since. You could tell he's just listening to whatever the powers that be were feeding into the headset and telling them to say. No spine, no none of their own moral values, just whatever is gonna be popular for me to get my paycheck and make my money. So this is why I don't mind the karma coming back around. And then after we read a little bit of the story, I'm gonna play a clip of him like talking about shit Trump said or did too. So it's just like hypocrisy at the biggest ends. And it's the people always trying to be holier than thou online that are really guilty of some messed up stuff. So, oh, let's see. 56 year, yeah, so he's 56. Said he needs time away to fight the allegations he called false and disruptive. Let's see here. Yep, he's occasionally on First Take on ESPN now, since he went over to ESPN. So, oh wow. The woman said she was 19 when it happened. Okay, so he's 56, so he was, still in his 50s. And she was 19 in 2023, so 2 years ago. So yeah, he's like 54. Met him at a Los Angeles gym, leading to a rocky consensual relationship of nearly 2 years, which he was frequently aggressive and raped her, according to the Clark County civil complaint. So, again, do I have any problem believing this OnlyFans thought is making shit up to get a payday? No, I don't. But do I have sympathy for Shannon Sharpe, who obviously doesn't have any morals and was so quick to call out Aaron Rodgers just for not getting vaccinated? This clip I'm going to play here about him talking about Donald Trump. This is him when he was on Fox Sports 1. So let me go ahead and play this for you.
Rosie O'Donnell a pig. Him on the Access Hollywood talking about grabbing hoo-ha. That did not shock the very conscience of 7 NFL owners. Skipping, allow me a second to name those guys. One, Daniel Snyder, the guys on your monitor. Jerry Jones, Mr. Bob Kraft, McNair, Houston, Texas. Woody Johnson.
All right, let me pause it here because all three of these degenerates are caught up in scandals and or lawsuits for degenerate sexual shit. Shannon, now what we're talking about. Skip Bayless, apparently for like trying to grope and mess with makeup artists at Fox Sports 1. And Joy Taylor here, who I did a video about before, because she went on some long spiel and rant after she got like kind of her own show about how hard it is as a woman of color. She has to work her butt off way harder than anybody else, and all these feminist propaganda talking points. And lo and behold, it came out that she was fucking some VP within the company. So there you have it. All fake. Don't believe any of these media type people, whether it be sports media or the mainstream media for news. They're all doing shady shit. Almost, not going to say all. A bunch of them are doing shady shit.
They gave $1 million for the inauguration of President Trump. And now they seem to be shocked. Every author that's written a book about President Trump, and they started writing books about him in the 1980s, they say he is exactly today as he was then. So that is all I want to say about him. Yeah. Now what has happened, because what he said in Alabama, play into it, you know what happens in Alabama.
Yeah. So that was him, having a complaint about Trump's inappropriate comments. Grab her by the you-know-what, the Access Hollywood video that, was popular last election cycle, or the very first election cycle. So, you reap what you sow, you get karma, you got no sympathy from me, Shannon Sharpe, and I hope this thought takes you for the millions that she's trying to get. You know, she probably is being disingenuous considering he was in a relationship with her for like over 2 years. She finally decided, I'm going to get my payday. But shame on you for, you know, calling out other people while you're doing shady shit. Um, Again, my biggest thing, he came at Aaron Rodgers just for vaccine bullshit. So it wasn't even like terrible stuff Rodgers was doing. He just didn't take the vaccine and pushed back against it. And he suddenly turned on him. Meanwhile, he's doing potentially shady shit in his life. And if not, you know, best case scenario, he's fucking some young OnlyFans thought, and that's what he gets. Don't fuck with these women, okay? You're 50 something years old. Maybe settle down and get. He's never been married in his life. Maybe settle down and find a nice woman instead of banging these degenerate modern day prostitutes. Like, you're worth millions of dollars. You could get a high quality woman. Why are you fucking with degenerate thoughts that sell their body online? Maybe now, newsflash, some of the stuff he does on YouTube now has sounded a little bit more red pilled. So maybe he's living it now and he'll change his ways. But I wanted to make a video because these people, they just get karma. They act holier than thou. And I just kind of, I love it when it gets turned around on them. So, everybody, we'll end this one here. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at Trad West Podcast on all platforms. I'm trying to get the Rumble numbers up because, who knows how long we'll stay on YouTube. Not that we're monetized or anywhere near being monetized anyways, but if the channel does gain a little bit of notoriety, it probably won't last on YouTube very long with what we talk about. So, till next time, Trad West Podcast out.